There we go. All right. Good morning, ladies. Today is, what is today? October 12th. Oh my goodness. So our month is flying by. We are in week 2 of our training group, right? And I am pumped to see the participation, and I'm excited to see each of you guys grow and as you pop on this call and as you are listening to the playback, because I know that a lot of you do work full-time too. We have a few teachers in here and all that fun stuff. But this group, our training group, is simple steps. If you have not figured this out yet, it is literally, our business is social media based. Our business is based on ourselves being a product of the product. Drinking our Shakeology, just talking about why it works for us, what it is that we love about that, any other products that you use. I use Energize and Recover every day consistently, just like I use my Shakeology. So I talk about that and I share it. And to me, it's not selling, right? So we really come to this crossroads of what does it really mean for that sharing versus selling? Well, this is what it means. Don't be out there promoting stuff if you've never tried it. Make sure that you are trying it, you're using it, and you're talking about why it is that it works for you in your life and the benefits of that, right? And our inviting, so of course we have to invite, and then that fourth piece is that recognition. So I really hope that each of you are taking the time to recognize people, people in general, that you're recognizing your potential challengers. You are recognizing challengers that maybe you have, or people who are signing up with a challenge pack to enroll into our October 17th group. Recognize friends and people that you're noticing on social media, a family member. This is just really that puzzle piece that sometimes we can overcomplicate, but it ultimately boils down to treat other people how you want to be treated, right? So that is exactly what it is that we are doing here as a team and as you grow your own organization and your own business. So today, morning, Danielle.
Hey.
Today, we are really just going to focus on how to handle these objections, right? I mean, we are all, if you are doing your 4 vital behaviors, I guarantee that you are getting objections, you are getting a pushback, you are getting people who aren't responding. That is 100% how this business works, how any business ultimately truly works, because you're new. You're just really getting up off the ground, and people are watching you. Right now, you are in your initial phase of testing the waters, of putting your vision out there, of posting on social media. And maybe some of you, this is really ultimately your first time that you're using social media consistently. And just really sharing your life publicly. And this is how our business works. So taking that step out of your comfort zone every day is 100% necessary, because think of how you feel whenever you see other people, who start something new. We're just going to say start something new, because I can pretty much guarantee that every single one of you has a friend, has a family member, knows someone online, has seen posts for other people who begin an at-home business. No matter what it is, it might be skincare, makeup, bags, knives, whatever it is, you see them start and you see them proclaim this new business and how they are going to make it big, and here's what I'm doing, join me now. And then maybe for the next week or 2, you see these salesy posts sporadically, and then what? Where do they go, right? So who is going to invest and who is going to trust in you, ultimately, until they know that you are going to be here for the long haul, until they see that you yourself are getting results. Because no matter your goals, no matter your size, no matter your shape, no matter who you are, you yourself need a transformation picture. A day 1, a day 21, a day 1, a day 30, day here and day here, because people need to see. We are visual people. So giving them that and being confident enough to say, here's my goals, and maybe it's going to take me a year to reach my goal. Maybe it's going to take me a month, 2 months, 3 months, but here's what I am doing. So that's where that consistency piece has to come into play, where that is why you have to put posting on social media that 3 to 5, I mean, 3 minimum ultimately. If you can get 3 really great posts out there each day, that's fine. Just have that consistent timing where people know, okay, well, Valerie's going to be posting between 6 and 8 a.m. and then there's going to be another one between 11 and 2 p.m. and then another one in the evening. Like, just get that consistency ball rolling. So that way, whenever they start to come back to your page and come back and start creeping on you, they're going to be like, man, okay, all right, maybe she's not going anywhere. So I will say the first 3 months of your business are ultimately going to be the most challenging in that aspect. You will get objections. It will be pushback. You will not have people banging down your door begging you to be their coach. I'm sorry. I thought that was going to happen whenever I signed up, and I hate to burst bubbles, but I need to be real with every one of you, because I know that at some point, or maybe you're sitting here thinking now, yeah, people are going to come to me as soon as I put out there that I'm a Beachbody coach. They're going to be like, oh my God, I've waited all of my life for you to be a Beachbody coach, so that way I can come and you can coach me, right? I thought that. I legit thought that whenever I signed up as a coach, but that is not what happened. No matter what, it doesn't happen like that. It is that constant, consistent inviting and that trust that's being built. Because if some of you don't know my backstory, whenever I started coaching, I actually had a one-on-one with Valerie this morning, and I got my wheels turning, and I've been kind of thinking about it since we talked. And I'm just going to say it. She asked me if I have ever had like setbacks, or if I ever was overwhelmed at the beginning of my business, or really felt like, what the heck am I doing, or got objections. And I was like, oh my gosh, absolutely. For like the first 6 to 8 months, it was constant, like, just go, go, go. And I felt like I was just treading a lot of water, and got so many objections and pushbacks because, number one, because of what I just explained. But I was also that person who has done legit like every at-home business. Like, I was going to make it big selling Cutco knives. When I was in college, I sold 31 bags, Mary Kay, Avon, I don't even know, a couple other things in there amongst that stuff. And anyway, so I'm just trying to like think of all of these things that I have done. And I'm like, no one trusted me. They all knew me as that, oh, here comes Val. This is going to last 2 months, and then she's going to be off on the next thing. So it really did. It took me so long. And my invites were beyond awful. I wrote novels to people. I did not stop to ask them what they wanted or how I could help them. I did not keep it short, sweet, and to the point. But I've learned. I've learned because when I came into this business, I decided that I'm not going to hop to the next thing anymore. I'm going to develop a passion for health and fitness to help other people with it, because I know it makes me feel good. I was not at my goal weight. I was certainly not at my goal mentality and emotional state. I was a mess. I was not confident. I was like pretty much at that rock bottom point. And I did not have the money. I had no money I didn't have money to be spending on anything, but I saw the bigger picture, and I just stopped worrying, and I stopped that fear, and I was like, I'm going to follow the lead of who I need to watch. My coach was coaching me in a way that she said, if you do these steps that I'm teaching you in our training groups, and if you hit Success Club, and if you make rank advancing a priority, you will succeed. And I said, okay, so that's what I'm here teaching you guys to understand. Objections are 100% normal, and every single one of us is different. So I can give you every script, I can give you every guide, I can give you everything that I do, but ultimately you can use that as examples. You can use that and try to tweak and figure it out on your own, but it doesn't mean that what works for me is going to be the exact same and work for you, because this is the beauty of this business, is that we are each our own unique brand. And what that means is we are going to attract people who are just like us, thinking of people, what objections did you have before you signed up? How long did it take you to be ready to sign up as a coach or to start your first challenge group? What were your objections that you were giving people or thinking in your head whenever you thought you might want to get a challenge pack, or you might want to try Shakeology, or you might want to try this coaching thing? What held you back initially? Because most of us have something in us that holds us back for a little while. So then taking those objections or what people are sending you, no, I don't have the money, no, I am not ready to join a challenge group, whatever it is that you're getting, taking that and answering their post or answering their questions or concerns or objections in a public post. Ultimately, when I do that, I get some traction starting because it's what other people are thinking. If you've thought that, if you've gotten an objection for it, other people are thinking that. I can actually remember doing a post early on whenever I knew people didn't trust me. They didn't have to say it. Like, I knew because I knew my track record. So I would have once a week do some kind of a post that was saying, I am here. I am not going anywhere. This is my word. This is my vision. I will be here in a year, because that was always what we would say. I will be here in 1 year so I can show everyone that this is me. This is the new me. I am making myself new again. I promise that, you will be able to trust me. I promise that this is me building my confidence, building my trust, because I want to not only help myself through health and fitness, I want to show other people that they can do it too. And I just remember constantly, like, that was part of my vision casting, because I didn't really understand or really know what to do or what to say. I'm like, if I'm just completely real with people, they're going to be able to relate to me, right? I mean, I'm sitting here today looking like a shit show because I haven't even showered in 2 days. And let's just be real. Like, the bags under my eyes, they're designer, ladies. Like, I'm real right here because, oh, well, I'm showing up. I show up when I say I'm going to. Our days don't always go exactly as planned, but we just do our best. And that's who we truly are as a whole and as a team. So put that out there. Don't be afraid to share that. And, a real talk story, I've been getting quite a few money objections lately. And it comes in seasons. This is business. There's ebb and flow. Sometimes you're going to have people who all of a sudden are ready to join you, and you don't have to do a whole lot of work because it's all the work you've done over the last several months that people are just ready to commit. And then you're going to have these drought seasons where it's like you're just planting all these seeds and you're just hoping that, that one of those seeds is going to stick in the ground and start to sprout. And for me, like, the last couple of weeks, I've been getting quite a few money objections and just people who aren't quite ready yet. And I know that it's part of the business and part of the season. So yesterday I decided to just, looking like this, go on Facebook Live. That's out of my comfort zone still. Okay, I make myself get out of my comfort zone at least 2 to 3 times a day, whether it's inviting someone who still maybe intimidates me a little bit, or if it's going on a live video and talking about something that maybe could be a little controversial. But so I just went on yesterday as an idea for you, and I just talked about what it is that I do whenever I have a challenger sign up for a challenge group or a new coach sign up on my team. And I literally just moved this chair back, and I started doing like a dance here in my office. And I'm like, I just get so excited whenever I have someone who sees potential in themselves, and I can't wait to help them. And that right there alone actually got me quite a bit of traction, and had a few people who were like, okay, I'm ready. Like, I could see that you're real. You're a real person. You weren't all glam in your makeup like normally you are, was what one girl said. And I was like, like, sometimes it just takes someone seeing just a little tweaking of something that you say or do that makes someone feel like they know you. So that's just an idea for you guys too, because it comes back down to that consistency is the piece that you have to keep going. And tracking your business that's kind of the next route. I'm going to switch gears here and talk about the tracking. I'm requiring all of my coaches to send me the business activity tracker on Thursdays. So listen, hear me. Thursdays by noon, business activity trackers, post in our training group or send it to myself or your coach. Danielle's on the call. We have several coaches in this group who have, you are their coaches. But sending that so that way you can go over it together and they can see that there is productivity happening and maybe can tweak. Okay, well, if you've invited 5 people every single day this week and have had no conversations going, what's missing? There's something that's missing. So then figuring it out and having your coach or if you're posting it in the group, myself, other coaches, we will help you determine that. But a lot of times when we track our business, it's a reality check, because sometimes when we're thinking that we're doing the vital behaviors and we think that we're doing our invites, when we see it on paper, it's like, oh crap, no, I really didn't send out any new invites yesterday or the day before. I followed up with a couple of people, but I didn't send out any new invites. I didn't add anybody new to my contact list. Yikes, I need to see this in front of me. And that is always where that missing link it lies at. It has to be tracked, and it doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be special. You can use the one from your online office. You can use paper and pencil. It's whatever you do. But at this point, even 2 weeks into this training group and into the business, if you're inviting 3 to 5 people a day, which you should be, that's what business builders do, you're starting to get a list of people working from that list, and you're going to need to start to follow up with them. So just make sure that you're somehow tracking. I know that I posted I believe it was a spreadsheet in one of the groups. I think it was this group, the Coach University. I'll go check here whenever we get off the call. But you could use a Google spreadsheet for tracking if you are a visual, person, an online person. The teamz.com, I mentioned it last week. I'll mention it again this week, www.teamzy.com. You get your first 30 days for free, and then you can decide if you want to keep it. I like it. It organizes my Facebook contacts, and it works. It's a great tracking system for someone who, kind of needs help in that area. But next, I am going to mention, do not get hung up and spend a lot of time in worrying about how pretty your tracking system is, or in trying to figure out your own tracking system. I've done that, and it does not help to move your business forward. If you're like, let me try this week, and then, oh wait, let me go get a new notebook next week, and well, no, I think I'm going to try to use a Google spreadsheet this week, and then just kind of like hopping from one to the next. Just write it down and move on, but just keeping track so you know who to go back to and who to invite, for sure. It makes such a difference, and it makes it so much easier in the sense that you don't have to really have this grand, huge list of people that you are working from every single day. You're just adding to it with an email address, and then you're creating your contact list ultimately. Because what I like to teach is, think about, what if Facebook just went away one day? I don't believe it will. However, don't rely on your Facebook messages to be your contact list. I did that for the first 6 to 8 months of my business. And I was like, oh my gosh, I would have no business left because I was not writing down anyone's names or email addresses anywhere else. I was just literally scrolling through my little messages on Facebook. Oh, I haven't followed up with this person in a while. Oh, let me send this person a while. It might work for your first couple of months, but it's going to keep growing, and it's going to keep growing. So just do yourself that favor and track, and just create a separate email list so that you have it, So that is my tips for you today, for sure. I'm going to open it up and ask if you guys have questions, comments. How are you feeling with your business? Are you at Success Club? All of that. Feel free to unmute yourself and chat. And Danielle, if you have anything to say, absolutely, girl, you can pipe in whenever you want. Questions?
Come on, y'all. Y'all got to have questions. There's something rolling around in your head.
You can even type it in the chat bar. Or if you don't have any questions, just say, I'm good. Hi. It's okay. All right.
Who's reading personal development? No? Nobody?
Oh, girl, thanks for bringing that up. That is, if you're not reading personal development, you're not going to have a business. It's just not. You will not hit Success Club, because that is just the mindset. It won't happen. That 4 vital behaviors is the focus for a reason. Think of it, if you would go into, the hospital and you didn't have your vitals, you would be dead. Your business is the exact same way. We call it the 4 vital behaviors because you don't do it, you have nothing. You're here for a reason, you're here to, even if it's to help one person, two people, but ultimately I'm sure that money comes into play. You want to be a coach to either at least get your Shakeology paid for, if not start to earn an income. And the only way to do that is to hit Success Club and start to earn some commissions off of what you're promoting.
Let me tell y'all something. Like I've been coaching for 2 years now, and the first 6 months of my coaching business, I didn't do personal development because I thought it was stupid. I was like, I don't need to read a book. I'm fine the way I am. I don't need to listen to motivational podcasts. Well, I went through my warm market. I wasn't hitting, I've always hit Success Club, but I was having a hard time hitting it. And so I started feeling down on myself. Well, that's where personal development comes in. And it's like Val is saying, they're vital behaviors for a reason. Like, you can't do one without the other. You can't just invite people and not be proof the product works, because nobody's you don't have any credibility there. You can't sit there and post 5 times a day and then not invite. You have to do all these things together in order for your business to work. It's just like, a car. Your car has, these major working parts, but if you don't you can have oil in your car, but if you don't have gas, is it going to run? No, it's not. So you have to have everything together, doing it together in order to make your business successful. And nobody's going to be able to do that for you except yourself. Like it's if you're not hitting Success Club, it's because of you. Just point blank. If you're not moving forward, if you're not hitting the rank, you're moving up in rank, it's because of you and what you are not doing. Sorry to be so.
Yeah, and it is. It's so true. And I didn't do my personal development for my first 2 months either. So we all do it, most of us. It's just that thing that we're like, okay, all right, I'll just spend my time doing other things. I'll just invite. I don't need personal development. And even calls like this is part of personal development. Because you're on, so kudos. I'm very proud for you. That's great. You're logging in, and I'm talking to you. Sorry, I can't even see your name on here. But I'm just talking about it because it's all of us. So we as coaches have a tendency to, first thing, because I always used to say I'm not a reader, but I've learned that in order to grow to the person that I want to be and to be able to overcome the icky mindset sometimes that this life can bring, because we're always surrounded by negatives. So personal development helps bring out the positives, helps us grow in our business, helps us realize our own potentials, and so much more.
The other thing it really helps you out with too is like a lot of times, because you should be posting 3 to 5 times a day. Sometimes you're like, after a while, you're like, God, what do I post about? Personal development, if I don't have something to post, or I just off the top of my head, I'll go randomly look through one of the books I've read and look up something that I've highlighted, and then I'll create a post off of that, because it's spreading positivity, it's adding value. So it's going to help you in every aspect of your business. And honestly, if I had it my way, personal development would be the number 1 vital behavior.
Me too. Yeah, that was good. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it just helps talk it out with vital behaviors are vital. That is the only thing that will grow your business, is by doing them daily, consistently. And, even the invites, I will say, because I've been chatting with some, other coaches, newer coaches, and I'm always going to teach to do your invites every single day. Always. Because this is the beauty of this business, is we get to work it on our own times, and every single day we can all make 30 minutes to 1 hour for our business, always. But, we do have quite a few working outside the home, full-time moms in here, or women, just busy in general. So there are some coaches who are extremely successful who will send out maybe 60 to 70 invites on a Sunday evening and then spend the week following up. But they're still equivalent to making sure that they get those invites in like your week. So for me, I've always done no less than 5 to 10. My number has always been 5 to 10 invites because I've always known that I want to achieve Success Club 10 every month. It's been my personal goal because that's what I've seen successful coaches who earned that 6-figure income within their first 2 years. That's where I saw my vision going, and I wanted to help more people. So for me, I was like, okay, 5 to 10 invites. So let's, 5 times 7, 7 days a week, that would be no less than 35 people, new people each week that I needed to connect with. So, if you feel more comfortable doing that 1 day a week where you're sending out heartfelt, you take maybe 3 hours to send out that solid number of invites and then follow up throughout the week, I'm totally okay with that, just as long as you personally are making it a priority to work your business. But social media, there's no time off. Personal development is an everyday thing. Working out, follow your program, Shakeology, in my opinion, every day. That's Val in a nutshell. That's what we teach. Danielle, I know, does the same thing because you're seeing us here. Like, we are very successful in this company. We are top 0.01%, and it shows. Like, we're here to teach you guys just what it takes. And the simple steps sometimes seem the hardest because it's like, you can't really do that with just doing these 4 simple things. Yeah, you can. And you run those challenge groups and you post on social media, and that's our biz. All right? Cool. Anything else, Dee?
No, I'm good.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to wrap it up. My challenge to you, all of you, as you're watching this playback too, is to, get out of your comfort zone in some way every single day. Message those people who you feel like a little intimidated to message. Talk to that mom you see in the Target line at Target. What's up, Jerry?
I do want to say one last thing. So I know this is kind of like I don't want to say sappy, whatever. My grandma just passed away yesterday, okay? And one thing I asked her when she was sitting in the nursing home was, if she had any regrets. And one of the regrets she had was not pursuing her singing career. And I asked her why she didn't. She said fear. And that really hit home with me. If, a lot of people, I hear so many coaches saying, oh, I'm so scared to invite, I'm so scared to post, I'm so scared to do this, I'm so scared to do that. Well, it may sound like silly, like when you're looking at this business like Beachbody, but this is can be a legit big time income for you. And do you want to be sitting, I know this sounds like so far-fetched, but do you want to be sitting on your deathbed and thinking God, I could have given my family this, this life of freedom and be able to travel and do whatever they want. I mean, look at Val, she's retired her husband from the military. Her husband is home all the time. With her, she works from home. She works a few hours a day because she's plugged in. She's put her fear aside and she hasn't let that stop her. I sure as hell will not be on my deathbed saying, man, I quit coaching after 2 years because I was afraid of what people would think of me, or, don't let that stop you. That is the fear is one of the most crippling things that people have these days that keep them from doing things and keep them from being great is fear. That's crazy if you think about that. That's what stopped you from being successful? No.
That was, and that is, I remember you talking about that at the retreat, Danielle, your grandma and her saying that, and that struck a chord with me for sure. And personal development is the only way that I've gotten over my own fears, because, oh my goodness, I was scared. I was scared to sign up. I was scared to put my social security number in. I was scared to have something auto drafted from my account. I was scared. Those are things that started to hold me back. And
it took me a year to sign on. It took
Danielle a year to sign up as a coach. It took me, 1 to 2 months of my coach sending me follow-up messages every day. Hey, you're going to sign up? Finally, I signed up just because I was like, man, she's not going to stop messaging me if I don't just sign up. I'm just going to do it. And I'm so glad that I did. And we want that for you, for every single one of you. We want that for you beyond measure, but you have to want it for yourself more than what we want it for you. So we are here to answer your questions. We are here to look through your invites. We are here to look through conversations if you have questions, because sometimes it's just that little tweak that needs to be done for someone to respond to a message. And don't be afraid to talk to people outside of the internet. Like, walk up to a mom who has on cute workout pants and say, hey, I like your workout pants. Where did you get them? I like to work out. You know, you want to have a park play date with the kids. Are you on Facebook? Add them right there. That is how I build right there. Yep. So much. That is how I have built so much of my network. Because my hands are sweaty. I'm like trembling in talking to a stranger. But some of those strangers are now coaches on our team and some of my best friends. All right. So don't let fear stop you. So important. All right, ladies, get out of that comfort zone. That's challenge. Turn in your business activity trackers tomorrow, and let's get to work. See you later. Bye.